Hi, this is Cher from Cher's Crafting Boutique. I'm here to share a project with you that I've been making. This cameo embellishment. This is good for the front of your scrapbooks, on a tag, on the front of a card. You could do loads. I'm going to show you what you need to make it. I'm going to use this paint chip. I did use this stamp set, which is an antique elegance cameo stamp and embossing set. So that's the one I used to make it, but this time I'm going to use this one. This is a Paper Inspirations F1507 Gibson Girl stamp. I'm going to use an ink, which this stays on jet black. You use whatever you have. I need a pair of scissors for this, a pencil, something that's shaped like a cameo, shaped like an oval. If you don't have this, try to do your best to cut around the best that you can, or whatever shape you want it to be. It doesn't have to be oval, whatever you have. Some pearls. I happen to have this long chain that came in a big tub for over the Christmas. So these ones are rather large ones, but you can use whatever you have. Flowers. You only really need one, unless you obviously want to put more on, but I only use one. And these are paper white roses. Well, they're more of a off-white. This, it's like a trim with tassels on. I got this off of eBay, and I just usually just cut one off. I have this, which came on a long string, one after the other, but in between it had these, which I cut off individually. So I'll be using one of each of them, and I got them off eBay as well. This lace, it's just a thin gathered lace. You can use whatever you have. And some hot glue. And that's it for this one. Move it all to one side. Bring out whatever you're using to stamp onto. Get your ink and your stamp. Again, you don't even have to use a person. You could use a rabbit or whatever kind that you have of a stamp. I'm sure this is inked up well there. Go. Just put that on that white there. Now let that dry for a second or two. This way you get your pencil and whatever you're drawing on. I choose just to make a template for mine, but you can use whatever you have or whatever shape you decide. Sure, with the Easter coming up, there will be something that you've used as a previous project you could draw around. You just draw around that. And just cut that out. Doesn't have to be perfect. Now this is where you get whatever you decide to put on the bottom. So even if you decide to do that, just cut that off there. You don't even have to do this. You could just get a piece of thread and put some beads on it and then stick the top to the bottom of your cameo. Or make yourself a tassel. And then you get whatever lace you've decided to use, if you want to use lace. And just start at the bottom. And work your way around, just round the edge. Just keep going round. Sticking it down. Turn this around so you can see. When you get to the end here, just take it slightly over and then push that down. When you go to cut here, just tuck that behind to make sure that you don't cut it. And there we go. Secure that end again. Put a tiny bit of glue there. And that's what we have so far. Get those glue strands. Now this is where you get your pearls. If that's what you've decided to use, you don't even have to do that. And you just take it on the bottom, put a little dot there and secure it down. And then you just keep putting a little dot where you know that the pearl's going to go. Don't need too much for this, otherwise you'll have it spilling out if you do, so just little dots at a time. My daughter's got an Easter bonnet competition going on at school next week, so I'll be doing that with her in a few days. She's really looking forward to it. Got loads of stuff in. I think I've got more than I need. So I'll make sure I have to put a few more Easter designs on. Be fun creating that. I've got this big idea about making the whole thing into a nest on the top. and obviously she loves the idea, so that helps. Coming to the end here. Cut this excess off there. And then put the last one in place and hold it down. And again, that's what we have so far. Now, you just get your little flower here, or whatever you've decided. You do not have to have exactly the same. You can use whatever you have, any handmade flowers you may have, or tassels like I said before, anything you have. And then I just stick this to the top, but again, you could just put your little rose instead of having this, or even a spare piece of lace you may have. There's a lot of options for this. And you just get your flower, some hot glue on the back, and secure that on there. And that there is how easy it was. I finished Cameo. Now I've got a few plans for these, and one of them I've already made, which is this junk journal, and that's off this previous one that I done, but on this one I done a pearl instead. And that's what I was saying, you could use anything that you have. You do not have to fret about not having exactly the same thing. I guarantee you, you've got something lying around that will work perfectly for this. You do not have to worry about having to have exactly what I've got. But this is what I decided to put on the front of mine. I'll quickly just run you through this and show you roughly what I did, because I'm going to be making another video on this soon, after the whole Easter's over and my daughter's had her hat done. But once that's done, I'm going to be making this video on how I made this. So I'll run you through. On here, I just use my die cut machine. I mean, again, you don't have to have a die cut machine for this. You can just cut round shapes that you have lying around. And again, as you've seen, what I just did there with my stamp, that's the same stamp there, and these are just so you can write on the back of them. A few pages here to write on. This opens up and it has more places to write on in there. Each one I've done of these have been different, so it won't be exactly the same, but you get the general idea. And these are all the places again. Loads of places to write. Some tags, again, which you don't have to have a die cut machine for that. It's easily done without one. And I'll be showing you other ways so you don't have to worry about the die cut machine, because if you don't have one, I'll be showing you other ways so you don't have to use a die cut machine. But these little things to write on there come from the flower shop, and just a spare piece of card I had lying around. And this is all just made up from little scraps that I had lying around. So it goes to show what you can use, and that's just an envelope. Again, these are all places you can write on. These have been wallpapers. This is the centre page, which I like to leave as blank as possible, because then that way you can see all the design. With just little words written. Life itself is most wonderful. Love isn't love until it's given away. Just little different sayings inside. Just things that make you happy, or if you're doing it as a gift, something that you know they're going to love. This card I handmade myself, and I just popped that in. This here, believe, it's just a thing where you just pop it in the middle and then you just put it out like a spider and write out what you believe in. Loads of places to write. Again, this opens up here in the corner for you to write inside. Another card that was made, you would have seen me make this on a previous video. And there we go. It was just a quick run through there. But as I said, next time it will be slightly different from this. This I used as a fabric, but you don't have to use fabric. You can just use card. But we'll run through this properly on the day that I actually do it. But this is just an idea of what you can use your cameos for. You could use them for a lot more, but this is just one idea I decided to use it for. Well, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe and share.